Many of you know that here at Fearless Faith, one of our primary messages is to finish strong. There's more for us to do. We have a legacy to leave. If He's given us breath, He has a purpose for us. And we can't do that without a plan. And I want to talk to you about that this morning in your morning cup of inspiration. I ran across the scripture in 1 Peter, and listen to how the beginning of the verse goes. Since we're approaching the end of all things, even back then, Peter was saying, the end is coming. And the reality is, as soon as Jesus left, He said He'd come back. So we knew at that point that the end was coming. And it's even closer today than it's ever been. So Peter is giving us 3 things that we should focus on as that time approaches. Listen to what they are. It says, since we're approaching the end of all things, number 1, be intentional. Number 2, be purposeful. And number 3, be self-controlled. Let's look at those. Be intentional. You have to be intending to do something. You have to be deliberate. You have to be willing to do it. So as you start your day, are you intentional? Are you deliberate about what you've planned for your day? What you have anticipated that could be done for the kingdom? You need to be intentional. Secondly, you need to be purposeful. You have to have a reason to do what you're doing. We all know that if we don't have purpose in life, that's when we begin to go downhill. That's when depression begins to set in. Everyone needs purpose. Being purposeful also means being full of determination. If you're someone with a purpose, you tend to be determined. So I challenge you today to be purposeful, be determined about what your intentions are today. Finally, the third one is to be self-controlled. Obviously, we can have all the plans in the world, but if we don't control ourselves to do them, it's not going to serve any purpose. And here's the capstone to the verse. Listen to how he ends it. He's saying, since we're approaching the end of all things, to be intentional, purposeful, and self-controlled, so you can be given to prayer. That is the ultimate reason for everything else that we're doing. He's telling us we must pray. We must seek God. We must be close to God as the end time comes. I pray that is your prayer today, just like it's mine, to be intentional, be purposeful, have self-control that leads to prayer. God bless. Thanks for joining me for that morning cup of inspiration, and we'll see you next time.